ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं भवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पता न शृण्वन्नोतिभिस्सेदसादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणपते नमः। शारदा शारदाम्बुज वदना वदनाम्बुजे सर्वदा सर्वदास्माकं सन्निधिं सन्निधिं क्रिया सन्निधिं सन्निधिं प्रिया सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं शक्तेः पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे शुकतातं तपोनिधिं व्यासाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। चतुर्वदनो ब्रह्म द्विबाहुरपरो हरिः अभाललोचनः शम्भुः भगवान् बादरायणः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। We'll read the sutras. अथातो ब्रह्म जिज्ञासा जन्माद्यस्य यतः शास्त्रयोनित्वा तत्तु समन्वयान् ईक्षतेर्ना शब्दम् गौणश्चेन्नात्मशब्दात् तन्निष्ठस्य मोक्षोपदेशात् स्वाप्ययात् हेयत्ववचनाच्च स्वाप्ययात् गति सामान्यात् श्रुतत्वाच्च We will read the Shrutatvacha paragraph. Okay, gati samanya is 120. Kutascha na pradhanam jagatah karanam यदि तार्किक समयैव वेदान्तेषु अपि भिन्ना कारण अवगतिः भविष्यत् गतिः अभविष्यत् क्वचित् चेतनं ब्रह्म जगतः कारणं क्वचित् चेतनं प्रधानं क्वचिद् अन्यदेवेति ततः कदाचित् प्रधान कारणवादानुरोधेन अपि ईक्षत्यादि श्रवणम् अकल्पयिष्यत् न तु एतदस्ति समानेव हि सर्वेषु वेदान्तेषु चेतनकारणावगतिः यथा अग्निर्ज्वलतः सर्वादिशो विस्फुलिङ्गाः विप्रतिष्ठेः अन्नेनैवम् एवैतस्मादात्मनः सर्वे प्राणा यथा यत्नम् विप्रतिष्ठन्ते प्राणेभ्यो देवादेवेभ्यो लोकाः इति तस्माद्वाएतस्मादात्मनः आकाशः सम्भूतः आत्मत एव इदं सर्वम् इति आत्मन एष प्राणो जायते इति चात्मनः कारणत्वं दर्शयन्ति सर्वे वेदान्ताः आत्मशब्दश्च चेतनवचनम् इत्यवोचाम महच्च प्रामाण्यकारणम् एतद्वेदान्तवाक्यानां चेतनकारणत्वे समानगतित्वम् चक्षुरादीनामश्व रूपादिषु अतो गति सामान्या सर्वज्ञं ब्रह्म जगतः कारणं कुतश्च सर्वज्ञं ब्रह्म जगतः कारणं स्वशब्देनैव च सर्वज्ञ ईश्वरो जगतः कारणमिति श्रूयते। श्वेताश्वतराणां मंत्रोपनिषदि सर्वज्ञं ईश्वरं प्रकृत्य स कारणं कर्णादिपादिपः न चास्य कश्चिज्जनिता न चादिपः इति तस्मात् सर्वज्ञं ब्रह्म जगतः कारणं न अचेतनं प्रधानम् अन्यद्वा इति सिद्धम्. We had now seen the 6 reasons to prove that Jagat Karanam is Chetan and not the Jad Pradhanam. 7 reasons are there, 6 are direct and 1 was from Chakar. So, what was those 7 reasons? 6 reasons if you remember. The 5th and 6th sutra was mentioned by the word Ikshan. Ikshatirna Shabdam Gaunaschenna Atma. So, both combined to one reason. Because Ikshan cannot be done by the Jad. That was the first reason. Just now we chanted the mantras. So that was the first reason. Then Gaunaschenna Atma Shabdat. Because Atma word is coming in the Upanishad later on. Then we saw another reason. What was the other reason? We saw Tanishtasya Mokshopadeshat. Tanishtasya means one who is established in the self, he will get the moksha. So one cannot be established in the pradhan and get moksha, because moksha itself, even in Sankhya, is differentiating from the prakriti. Getting established in the Purush is the moksha, differentiating that I am not the one who is attached to the prakriti. This was the second reason, if you remember that. Then what Tanishtas means? Satnishtasya. Sannishtasya, Satnishtasya. Then what was the another reason? Negation is not mentioned here. Heyatva means negation. So if he had to be, the Sat has to be, he said no. This, if the Pradhan, you do not be established in the Pradhan, because the Pradhan will be negated and then you have to go to the Purush. Then it was mentioned, Heyatva Avachanat. Well, see till the end, negation is not mentioned. There is a third reason. Because Arundhati Nyaya said that what you mentioned, it is negated, then the further one is taken. I have explained, therefore I will just touch and move ahead. Then Chakar came. In Chakar there is no mention about the commentary by Bhagavan Vedavyasa. So here Chakar commentary was given by the very Pratigya Vagyadat Kasminu Bhag. Ek Gyatena Sarvam Vigyatam Bhavati. By the Karan knowledge, Karan Vigyanat Kar Vigyatam Bhavati. By the knowledge of the cause, all effect will be known. So if the Prakriti or Pradhan was the cause, whole world should be known as per the Pratigya of the Shruti. But Purush will be not known because Purush is different, and therefore also the Pradhan cannot be the Mukhya Karana. This is the fourth reason is there. Now, just keep all these things in mind. Then fifth reason was Swapyayat. Yesterday you saw that Sutra. What is the meaning of Swapyayat? That during the Sushupti, in the deep sleep, this Jeev goes back to its cause. Everything resolves back into its cause. But what is interesting is this cause, Sata Sampannam Saumya Bhavati. This cause is mentioned as Sat only. This cause is mentioned as Sat. Therefore, this Jeev will go into Sat only. So what you want to say? If Jeev will go to Sat only, that Sat cannot be Jad. Why? Because the Jeev itself is Chetan. How can Chetan merge in Jad? This I did not read. Bhashya, you can see that. Bhashya says like that also. So, this Jeev cannot merge into Jad. Because the effect cannot go into opposite the cause. Some opposite cause it does not go into. Because effect is nothing but the cause only. So if the effect is Chetan, then the cause also should be Chetan. And yesterday I told that if it is Jad, then there will be nobody to know in the deep sleep that I don't know anything. I had not known anything in the deep sleep. And therefore, Swapyayat means that the cause will be Chetan only. That Sat will be Chetan. This is, I think, fifth reason or what? Fifth reason. Then next reason was, I'm just, you have to make it in your mind fix. Gati Samanyat. Gati Samanyat. What is the meaning of Gati Samanyat? I told that if there is one statement which has vagueness, then we refer to the similar cases in other Upanishads. So Sat is Jad or Chetan was a vague point. Then they went, okay, from where the world has come out, let us see in all Upanishads. And I quoted Taittiriya, Vradaranyak, Prashnopanishad. And everywhere we saw that everywhere Chetan is mentioned. So Gati means Avagati. Avagati means knowledge. Knowledge. This is the sixth reason. Knowledge. Gati doesn't mean movement here. Gati means knowledge. And Samanya means commonness. Just keep the main point in your mind. I'm not going word to word commentary. It will take years together if we go for commentary word to word. I just want you should know the main thing and important lines of the Bhashyakar. This rest is your exercise. So this is called Gati Samanyat. And 6 reasons we had seen why the cause of the world will not be inert. Now coming back to our 7th reason. This is 11th Sutra, which we will be seeing today. Simple Sutra is there. Shrutatvacha. page 121, Shrutatvacha. So, what is the meaning of Shrutatvacha? Shrutatvacha means as is mentioned in the Shruti. As is mentioned in the Shruti. And here, Bhagavan Vedavyasa, not Shankaracharya, Bhagavan Vedavyasa has taken one mantra of Shvetashvatara Upanishad. Shvetashvatara Upanishad. And this mantra is written, which you just chanted. Please see in the book. Kutascha sarvagyam brahma jagatah karanam. How come the Brahm is the cause? So, swa shabden eva cha sarvagya ishvara jagatah karanam iti shruyate shvetashvataranam mantropanishadi sarvagyam ishvam prakritya. See what is in inverted comma. Sa karanam karanadipadipaha na chasya kaschit janita na cha dipaha. There is no cause of that. Sa karanam. So until now, what is the uniqueness in this point? They all said from Atma it has come Brahma. Nobody said this is the Karana. This is the uniqueness here. This is the point, keep in mind. So Sa Karanam, you underline that. So this is the cause of the universe. They all mentioned about the Chetan Brahman. That tasmad vai tasmad atmana akasha sambhuta, or somebody said satyam jnanam anantam brahma, somebody said atma vaidam agre asit, somebody said that etasmad jayate pranamana sarvendriyani cha. So they did not say this is the final cause. So this validates their point more. I told you, more reasoning means you have more firmness in your point. So what is said here? This is said here that this Chetan Brahman is the final cause. So this is mentioned in this Upanishad. Sakshat means directly this Upanishad uses the word Karanam. This is the uniqueness here. Apurvata. Uniqueness means apurvata. So apurvata is this, that no other Upanishad uses the word Karana. And this is the Upanishad which uses the word Karana. And therefore, what is the Anuman Vakya now? Sat Shabdavachyam Chetan Brahma. Sat Shabdavachyam Chetan Brahma. How will you say now? Shrutatvat. Shrutatvat. Shrutatvat means as is mentioned, because it is mentioned in the Shruti or Shvetashvatara Upanishad. Shvetashvatara. Don't say Shvetashvatara. Shvetashvatara. Some people can't pronounce this. Shvetashvatara Upanishad. Okay. So this is a famous Upanishad. You can read by yourself also. How many things to take? So, even if we have so many classes, you can't hear that. Some things you have to know it by yourself. There should be one text which you should be reading independently, which has not been taught us. So difficult. Even the which has been taught, we can't read. Don't expect such things from us. So, like you can read Vartik, some deep text like Vartikar, like Ashtavakra, Avadod Gita, some things as you grow. I'm not saying today only you have to read, but later on, there should be more conviction in your life. Jivan Mukti Vivek. So these texts are there. Everything cannot be taught in the classroom. Classroom, you will get the keys. Locks you have to open everywhere. Well, but I have no time. Okay, that is up to you to find out your time. So many sadhana to do, chanting, panting, I know. And therefore he says, the Vedantin says, to Sankhya you are a Vedic, because everywhere it is said that the cause is Chetan, and therefore what I say is based on Vedas. So Sat Shabd Vachyam, this is Pratigya. Chetan Brahma, हेतु क्या है? श्रुतत्वात्, श्रुतत्वात्. Or you can say, you can so more clearly, Shveta Shvatar Upanishadi Chetan Karanasya Shrutatvat. In bracket you put Shveta Shvatar Upanishadi Chetan Karana Karanasya Shrutatvat. That Karan word has been very clearly used in Shveta Shvatar Upanishad. Shveta Shvatar Upanishadi Chetan Karanasya Shrutatvat. So instead of only using the word Shrutatvat, you can just clarify it. Acha. What is the Drishtant? Brahmavat, Atmavat. Like Brahman has been given as cause, or Atma has been given the cause. So this is the simple sutta. You don't have to worry about that. This is a simple sutta. Now let us go to word analysis. So, word analysis, there are two words. One is Shrutatvat and then is Cha. Chakar is there. Two words are there. So, Shrutatvat and Cha. So, what is the meaning of Shrutatvat? Because it is heard. Because it is heard. Heard means heard in the Shruti. Not read. Because they were not reading the Upanishad earlier. It was a Shrut Granth. That means the knowledge was coming from teacher to disciple by listening, not by reading. Reading tradition was not there. So the teacher used to first make, even the Upanishads were not available in the book form. Upanishads were not available in the book form. Initially when the teacher was teaching, he used to make the student by heart the Upanishads, which he had by hearted. And therefore in Sanskrit grammar doesn't have a lot of punctuations, comma, exclamation, question mark. All these are in English. Only Purna Viram is there, one line you will see here, because this was not written. So they were hearing it from their teacher. So it was all in the mind. Imagine that, how much they must be knowing it. And therefore they put everything in a prose form so that by hearting is easier. Most of the text earlier was in a prose form. Singing was involved. Uddat, Anuddat was involved. It makes it, tune makes it easier to by heart. Supposing Gita is there, you just, without tune, if you try, you will be difficult to by heart. Dharma kshetre, Kurukshetre, Samveta, Yajitsavaha. Mamakaha, Pandava, Shaiva, Kimakarvat, Jayam. So if you say, so mind will not be able to by heart. Therefore, film songs are by hearted because they are in the tuning form. So where you put the poem form, it is by hearted. Therefore, sutras were, aphorisms were there. The teacher used to make the student by heart. So around 6-7 years went on heavy by hearting. And therefore, Medham Indra Dadhatu Medham Devi Saraswati Medham Me Ashvinavu Bhava Datta Pushkara Sarja. Lot of chanting Saraswati ji was invoked because by hearting became a very crucial point. And that not only made them very independent of the text, but that by hearted helped them in Chintan also. If you see that Bhashakar quotes from here and there, imagine everything must be in his mind. Therefore, he can pluck any idea from anywhere and then he can say like that. So, therefore, Shruti word has been used. So, because it was heard. But as Kali Yuga came, therefore, Avatar of Bhagwan Vedavyasa came, he documented all the Vedas and put it in writing form. Then the palmary leaves were there and all these things came slowly. Because in Kali Yuga, the memory will be very short. Medha Shakti is very weak of the people because of their irreligious life. Sakale neham hata yogo nashta parantapa. Mind is not pure, therefore power is not more in a person. He can't retain also. Retention is very less. This is the drawback in Kali Yuga only. And therefore Shrut word has been used. Shruti was for the two reasons. One, the main mantra was heard by the Rishi. So he was the mantra drishta. He saw or he heard. And second, this knowledge was given by hearing. I have received this knowledge by hearing, not by reading. Not by reading. Now you can understand how important the Guru became there. Because books were not there. You have to go to somewhere to learn everything. But that made the process little tedious but very foolproof. Now they have to go to the teacher. Teacher will not tell the all sutras at one go. He will take one sutra at a time, one chapter at a time. That means you have to live with him now. That means you have to give up the comforts of your home life. That means humility has to be there. That means you have to give up your ahankar and do all the menial work in the ashram also. That means your character is also formed. So there was a lot of things associated with it. It is not that only knowledge was there. So the character building was there, patience building was there, seva vritti was developed. And not all were there who were able to go to Vedanta. Like these priests are there. So priests also know the Upanishads by heart, but they don't know the meaning. They don't know the meaning of that. They can chant very well. So when I went to Sringeri, they were all chanting. Dhad they were chanting. They won't see also small children, 5-year, 8-year children. They will chant. But they won't know what is exactly is the meaning of that. Arth Gyan is not there. Shabd Gyan is there. That is used for ritual section. So in marriage also some mantras are chanted of Taittiriya Upanishad. And when some sannyasi comes, then also they call the priest to chant. But if you ask the meaning, they are zero. Because meaning requires another teacher. Chanting teacher is different sometimes. Okay. And therefore, naiva patitam veda. Parantu shrutam. Let us now see. So, this shutatvat word I am saying. Now next word comes chakar. Chakar. Chakar means what? Chakar indicates conclusion of all reasons. Chakar indicates conclusion of all reasons. And I already said 7 reasons were given. 7 reasons, including this. In 7, 6 were direct and 1 was indirect, which Bhashikar found out from 1 chakar. What is the cause? Sat is the Karan, Chetan Karan Brahma. So this is the conclusion of not only Sutra, but 5th Adhikaran. Adhikaran will translate as section. Sixth section, fifth section, not sixth, fifth section is over now. If you remember, first fourth Adhikaran has one sutra, and this Adhikaran had 7 sutras from 5th to 11th. So this has 7 sutras. Okay, now I'll move forward because it is a simple thing. You don't have to worry about that. What is a definition of Adhikaran? Adhikaran is composed of 5 elements. Vishayascha. So first is the Vishay. What is the Vishay? If you have written definition of Adhikaran, in the beginning it must be there. And you have to keep it. Those who are not there, they should try to keep here in their mind. Vishayo Vishayashchaiva Purupakshashchotram. Then Sangatis-cheti Panchangam Shastre Adhikaranam Smritam. है ना? What is there? First is Vishay, second Sanshay, then Purupaksh, then Uttarpaksh, then Sangati. These are the 5 ang of the Adhikarana. See how much discipline they were in their thinking. I don't know what discipline they have now in thinking. Now let us go one by one. So Vishay means what? What is the subject matter? What is subject matter? Subject matter is the word Sat occurring in Chandogya Upanishad. This is the subject matter. To ascertain the meaning of the word Sat in Sadev Som Amagre Asin. This is the subject matter. The meaning of the word Sat. Clarifying the meaning of the word Sat. In 6th chapter of Chandogya Upanishad, you can write 6.2 of Chandogya Upanishad. This is the Vishaya. Okay. What is Samshaya? Samshaya means doubt. So Vishaya means main subject matter. So always write Sanskrit also and English also. Because you are more familiar with English. So you will be not, when you will read, you will not say what is that. Samshaya, what is Samshaya? Whether the Sat refers to Achetan Karan Pradhan or Chetan Karan Brahma. Sat Shabd Vachyam Achetan Karan Pradhanam Chetan Karan Brahmava. The meaning of the Sat word is the inert Prakriti or the conscious Brahma or the consciousness Brahma. Okay, this is the Samshaya. Samshaya means doubt. Samshaya means doubt. Okay, this is the second point. Now, what is the now Purupaksh? Only why does this doubt come? Because the Shruti doesn't refer whether Sat is Chetan or Jat. The doubt is not there when everything is very clear. And where things are not clear, there are problems start. Whole problem is because of some kind of ambiguity or some kind of not being clear about a certain principle in life. When principle is not clear, then we take a wrong principle. Now this Purupaksh comes. Purupaksh is not here. Purupaksh is Sankhya. Pratham Malla Nyaya, I told you. If you defeat the world champion, all are defeated. So this is the Sankhya, very strong Purupaksh. So all are taken away. So what Sankhya says? Sankhya says, Achetan pradhanam eva jagat karanam. He said the cause is the inert pradhan. Well, why are you talking like that? Well, you say material cause will matter only. When you talk of material cause, it will matter only. By upadan karan, when you say yad upadaya, upadaya means taking with. Karyam pravartate. This is what we see. Every cause, material cause is inert. Whether it is the body, whether it is the making of the mud from pot, mud to mud pot. So this whole world which I see inert, there should be inert cause only. You see the inert world. Such big cosmos is there. Do you think any Chetan cause is there? Inert cause is there. And therefore I say these philosophies are attractive. Vedanta didn't become very popular. Upanishads didn't become very popular. Because ordinary person wants to fit in their philosophy and then accept something. They don't want to know the truth. What they think is the truth, they want who is the one which is supporting my view. No one became, except maybe in Kali Yuga, Satyuga, it may be very Dhyan Pradhan Jivan must be there. But people's minds are so gross. So they only think that the matter alone is the reality. And therefore these philosophies were more popular. And today also it is very popular. Today also, if you say biggest religion, between most number of people is Christianity. And number 2 comes the Muslim religion. Now you ask them, the cause of the world, who made the world? So they will say the God has made the world. And they will always say the God made the world from some other cause. Not God has not manifested as the world. Whether you read Bible or whether you read Quran, etc. They have no logic behind that. They are weak in their philosophies. They can't give any darshan is not there. God has made the world. When you say God has made the world, it itself means if you are making the God the maker, then there has to be something else other than the God with which He made the world. And now you tell me, they have a tinge of Sankhya Nyaya or not? Difference is that the Sankhya is Nirishwar Darshan and they are with Ishwar Darshan. They are Seshwar Darshan. Now it became very popular. As far as if you make it voting system, if you have that, तो बेचारे कुछ मिलेगा नहीं इनको vote. Therefore, truth is never decided by voting. They will know, what are you talking? And if you say that, the God himself became bully, then they'll say, Arey, you are taking a blasphemy. Blasphemy you are talking about. How can he become the word? Among the Vedic only they don't accept. Among the darshan there are 6 Vedantic darshan. Shuddha Advaita is there, Brahma Advaita is there, Vishishta Advaita is there, Dvaita is there. They don't accept this. Vishishta Advaita says no, the Brahman became the world. But the world is real. Not that Brahman, without changing, the Brahman created a real world. I'm not taking, this darshan I have taken. So go and see that. And if you ask them, okay, tell me if the world was real and Brahman created the world from himself, did Brahman change or without changing created the world? Well, no, he did not change the world, he created a real world. So world is also real and Brahman is also real. Well, but when he created the world out of himself and he did not change, how can he create without changing himself? So they all hate the word Maya. And they don't want to see that this world is not real. But you know why? Because they have to protect the Ishwar. If the Ishwar they bring in, the problem will be then Ishwar will be, well, what the value of Ishwar? If the world itself is false, then the false world will be governed by a true Ishwar then. How can the Ishwar's value is not? Therefore they say don't bring all these pipes. So they call this really Mayavadis, they are there. But Advaita is not Mayavadi darshan. It is Shraut darshan. Maya is to explain the point. Mayavadi means, one who thinks only Maya is there. He can say Bauddha may be Mayavadi. Bauddha are the one who are only talking nothing is there, nothing is there. So Advaita does not say nothing is there. Now to refute this point, therefore, Purupaksh said, see how relevant Purupaksh is there. That when the cause is there, cause has to be matter only. And it is very natural to understand that. Because we are very comfortable in keeping the world intact as a reality. And we also feel, okay, consciousness is one reality, world is another reality. Both are two realities are existing. Same level reality is there. Rather, on the other hand, if you don't have studied Vedanta, you will say, no, matter is much bigger than the consciousness. Because we are only, what appeals to us is something which I see, hear. If a training of the mind has been given to believe in what you see, this is what we have been trained. Education system is like that. You saw this, well, you saw that. So because I see, therefore I say. So what I don't see, I feel it is vague, it is ambiguous. And therefore nobody talks about even nature of mind also. Mind is not seen. Samskar is not seen. Ignorance is not seen. Talent is only seen when a person expresses. Avyakt is unmanifest thing is not seen. God is not seen. Mantras is not seen. Mantras. That it will give this effect is not seen. It is not that H2 plus O2 is equal to H2O. You cannot see that mantra is up. Immediately I want the proof. Everything is there. So what we feel is the very big matter area is there and many consciousnesses are, in that matter. And if you go to medical, they will say the consciousness is born out of matter. And the consciousness goes away where the matter is not there. All these things are there. To refute it is difficult task. And therefore so much work has been done to remove the debris in the mind of wrong understanding that we have. And this understanding has been continuing since birth together. And now when we come in the Vedantic class, we get a jerk and shock. How is it? Therefore need lot of discussion, lot of books are there. Now the Siddhant Mat came. So, Vishay, Samshay, Purupaksh, Uttarpaksh or Siddhant. And then Siddhanti said, this Sat refers to the Chetan Karan Brahman because of 7 reasons which I gave in the Ikshatyadhikara. I hope you are clear about this point. Therefore, lot of listening is required. Shravanam is very important. Imagine if it is not there, how will we know that? This is the 4 points now. Sangati. Sangati means connection between previous adhikaran and this adhikaran. Connection. Why was this required? Why was this when you talk of the next sloka given in Bhagavad Gita also, Ramayana also? Always find out why this sloka was required. And if you have following Bhashyakar, he always connects two things. It is not two different ideas. It is all strewn in one garland that makes the chapter or a subject. What is the Sangati is there? Sangati is, this is called Akshep Sangati. What is the Akshep Sangati? In the 4th Adhikaran, we said that the subject matter of Upanishad is Brahma, Tattu Samanvayat. That all Upanishad is only for establishing the Brahman. When I say establishing the Brahman, it means establishing that Atma is Brahman. Sankhya says that Pradhan is the main Jagat Karana, and therefore Tattu Samanvayat should not be there. If Jagat Karan, because Janmadhyasya Yataha, they don't accept that. Sankhya. And this is no, the cause of the world is the Prakriti. Nyaya said the cause of the world is 9 elements. And therefore, what you are saying that the cause of the world is the Brahman, that itself is not right. The cause, so see how they concluded. Vedanta is saying that whole Upanishad is only for establishing the Brahman. Why? Because the cause of the world is the Brahman. Janmadhyasya Yataha. To refute that, Ikshati Adhikaran was there. That cause of the world is not the Prakriti, inert Prakriti, but the Chetan Brahman. And therefore, when something is answered or something is mentioned to refute something, that is called Akshep Sangati. Okay. So this completes our Adhikarana, 5th Adhikarana. Now just few points before we go to 12th Sutra. Oh, 12th Sutra we have gone to, yes. 12th Sutra is there. But there are so many Sutras. Why are you worrying? Just keep quiet here. Don't worry. Even this much you get established, it will be fine. Don't worry. In Kailash Ashram, mainly this is studied. This Brahmasutra. And they study for 3 years, 4 years. Only Brahmasutra. So they have one class in the morning, one in the afternoon. That's it. 2 classes are there. There is no systematic course there. So they take one Upanishad. When Swamiji is there, he will take one Upanishad along with Tika and all these things. 7 months it goes in one Upanishad. And then they study. Sannyasis are there. They get morning class, evening class. That's it. Although Chinmaya Mission made it very systematic study that you have to complete this in 2 years, 2.5 years. So Upanishad should be over. Then you have to talk about it, and this is there. Very less places, unfortunately, Brahmasutra is studied now, even in India. Is unfortunate part. I was in Kolkata, and he was in Ramakrishna Mission. I said, why you have to leave it? 8 years. I said, 2 years you were there, would have got sannyas. Although he is new, but he behaves like a sannyas only. Because he has that samskar. Very good person. He said, see, I was studying in the ashram in Calcutta. They don't teach. I said, then what they do? He said, there are so many projects. This Seva project is there. So I'm in charge of this thing. I'm in charge of that thing. I'm in charge of library. So the work overtakes so much. So there is no time for study. I was surprised. He said, in 8 years, I studied only one Upanishad. Forget about Brahmasutra. I didn't expect this. Because he was into the system, so he will know better than me. Only four projects I was in charge of. And when work is too much, you understand how mind will react also. Ragdvesh is too much. Vyavahar is a risky thing. The risk with the action area is that it overpowers. And this becomes secondary, which Gurudev did not want. Therefore, I had to stop this Hanuman Chalisa every year. Mission was starting being knowing by Hanuman Chalisa chant. And so much tedious work is there. We should have once in 5 years, one in 4 years, no problem. But we should not focus on that. I thought the same amount can be spent in our ashrams and yagnas, and all of you can do something also. In hardly few places, Brahmasutra is studied. It was disappointing to see that. Then I went to Sringeri. I have a lot of respect for that place. There are also no systematic courses. The one who has to be the next Acharya, he is given all attention. It should be given. But if any boy wants to come and study, so he has no clue where to go, what is to do. That parampara will go away if you don't have such things. Okay. Hello, bhai. Let us see how much we can make it. Very less places. Because to study Brahmasutra, you should be well versed. You see how the whole Upanishads are coming left and right, up and down, they are being quoted. Not that it is very difficult, but you need a consistent effort to go into it. And when the studies are not proper, then action is not clear. Confusion is there. When a person's notions are not clear, his emotions are also not clear. Actions are also not okay. Then you will be guided by your instinct and you are guided by your past ways of living. Because I have this is like a light. Vedas are like the eyes. It gives you the eyes to see everything as it is. Don't put your life into it and then see it. Take out your life first. Don't bring your own past and all this. There was one great saint scholar and saint in Banaras. One Ramakrishna Mission, Swamiji went to study. Where can I study Vedanta? He said, this locket of Ramakrishna Paramahansa that you have taken, first take it out. Because what you have heard there, you will mix here. Later on, after you have studied, then you can put it back. You have to take it out. He said, for everything you will say, Ramki Param said like that. He said like that. He said, first give me a clean slate to write something. And they had no interest in having students. If you come teach, I will. If you don't come, I have no interest in teaching. Then he took it out and then he studied and then he again put it back. He said, no problem. Again he went there. But while studying, don't put that this book I heard, this book I heard. And every book is from some angle, some point is mentioned. So very less places. And what is my vision, that mission should be known for Vedantic studies, Gita studies, Ramayana. They should say that as mission, as in missionaries taught. We have never heard anything from that. And many people who left the mission also, they talk in the same manner. So when I hear in the TV, I can make it out. This person is from, I think, from mission he has studied. Because he is following that way of presentation is there. Vedanta Swami was there, or Swami Shukdevanandji was there. You can see a lot of people. Parthasarthi is there. They all follow the same way like that. His daughter is there, Sunanda is there. So they all follow the same way. You can make it out. But going in the deeper text, there should be some place where some deeper text is taught by Brother Upanishad is there, this is there. If some seekers are there. And unless seekers here, they won't know the taste of it. They don't know this is also existing. Now parampara will go away. Okay. So, let us now see how much we can complete. Only Lord Shiva knows. May He prompt to complete all. But let us now see few points. What is the point here? Important points are there. This has been mentioned by few commentators. 50 commentaries are there minimum on Brahmasutra. Recognized one in Sanskrit. Most of them are not translated in English or Hindi. Boy, I think I can't read it. And therefore, when this CIF had the work, CIF took a project to write properly the commentary of Shankaracharya Bhagavan, word to word meaning. 10 years it took to write only 4 sutras. So what you got, the part 1 and part 2, which must be somewhere where it is, I don't know, getting dusted. And really it is complicated because they took word to word meaning. There is nobody who has written word to word meaning of the Bhashya properly. And there are a lot of scholars who are there in CIF. So they did a good work. But I feel they made it very complicated. But you need a life teacher to make it clear. At least they did a work. Voluminous work is there. And that is only Chatus Sutra is there. Imagine that. Of C. Ishwar Darshan was there. Ishwar Darshan. Kaponji wrote in Sanskrit. It has to be translated now. So they did translation. Sanskrit to English translation was. This is what CIF is meant for. Such institutions are required. Today Shankar Jayanti or what? Today is Jayanti or Shankaracharya? So the starting of functions are going on. Shankaracharya's Jayanti is there. So much beautiful work. Let us see now some things. At least you will go out and somebody talks about Brahmasutra, you will not be going, what is he talking about? So when we had not heard Brahmasutra, what is some very, very difficult thing is there? Baapre, Brahmasutra padha hai. That, and when somebody hears that and then you will have complex. I see, I did not read Brahmasutra. They all have read it. No, you will not have that complex. It's hard. Which sutra you are talking about? Okay, I also know something I also know. Okay. And you will have more respect for Upanishad. You will have nishtha on Vedanta. So, let us now conclude this section, not Brahmasutra. Conclude this Ikshatyadhikarana. What is said? First point they raised, why should it be in Brahmasutra? Why should in Brahmasutra Ikshatyadhikarana should be there? One question they raised. And the answer is given that Brahmasutra is analyzing Vedanta Vakyani. Unlike Jaimini Sutra, which analyzes Karma Kand Vakyani. Because the Brahmasutra is meant to analyze. Analyze for what? For ascertaining the meaning of that. Ascertaining the principles of Vedanta. And therefore Ikshatyadhikarana should be in Brahmasutra. The purpose of Brahmasutra is to bring out the hidden principles. Extraction. Extract, what we call it now. Like certain fruits, certain medicines have the extractors there. Certain herbs are there. You can't take the whole herb. Herb is a very gross thing. You cannot get. You get the extract of that. So the extracts of the Vedantic principle is being brought out. This is the first purpose of Brahmasutra. Now second question. Why should this Ikshatyadhikarana occur in the first chapter? Why should this Ikshatyadhikarana should occur in the first chapter? This is the second question. So the answer is given because first chapter is called Samanvaya Adhyaya. That means what? Samanvaya means consistency. That means all the Upanishad statements are only meant for only one purpose, and that is to establish the oneness of the Atma or Brahman. This is called Samanvaya. Anvaya means going on. Consistently, harmoniously, and one thing is there. Okay. That is the main purpose. This is the aim of the first chapter. So in this, still a lot of sutras are there. 134 sutras are in first chapter. In Ikshatyadhikarana, we are showing that Chandogya Upanishad, which has Sat aspect, is revealing the Sat Brahma and not Sat Pradhan. And therefore, Ikshatyadhikarana should come in the first chapter. Because it is proving that the Upanishad are only talking about the Brahman. Because in Chandogya, there was a doubt element that it is Sat is Jad or Chetan. And therefore we have, this is called Adhyaya Sangati. Relation between a first Adhyaya. Why the Adhyaya is there? So Chandogya Upanishad is the one Upanishad which Sat has been mentioned. And always we say that object is existing. So existence is always, there is a likelihood that existence is thought of something inert. So the difference between consciousness and existence. So consciousness is in the self, but existence is outside in the world. And therefore Chandogya has said about the existence with it other than the Brahman or other than consciousness. So the Pradhan has the existence aspect and the Purush has the consciousness aspect. And both are a parallel realities. To establish the consistence of the conscious Brahman, Chetan Brahma, Ikshatyadikaran comes in the first chapter. This is called Adhyaya Sangati. Why this subject has to be in the first chapter? This is the second question. Okay. Third question. Why this Ikshatyadikaran should be in the first pad or quarter of the first chapter? Why this Ikshatyadikaran should occur in the first pad of the first chapter? If you remember, I had mentioned that first pad deals with those statements which reveal Brahman directly. And second and third path will deal with those statements where Shruti Vak is taken indirectly. Spashta Vak Brahma Karan Vakyani and Aspashta Brahma Karan Vakyani. I had talked about it at some place of our discussion. In the second and third, I will take that statement. It is indirectly telling that Brahman is the cause. Here I am telling about that Brahman is directly the cause. And therefore the Ikshatyadikaran should be in the first quarter of the first chapter. Okay, this is called Padasangati. So what we saw? Adhyaya Sangati. Then we called Padasangati. And there is something called Shastra Sangati. Why the Shruti, why does the statement of Chandogya was taken? That is called Shastra Sangati. To establish that Sat is Chit. So Shastra Sangati, Adhyaya Sangati, Pad Sangati. And Adhikarana Sangati already we saw. Adhikarana Sangati. Why this Adhikarana is there? Fifth Adhikarana. When already fourth Adhikarana was mentioned. Why you need this fifth Adhikarana as well? So Adhikarana Sangati, then Pad Sangati, then Adhyaya Sangati, Vishaya Sangati. Okay. I hope this much is clear. This is just for your references. When they study, they try to make it very firm and clear, so that the thing doesn't appear out of the blue or without any reference or without any cause you are studying it. They are trying to make it very crystal clear. So this completes now the 11th Sutra. And now we are going on to the 12th Sutra, which is the 6th Adhikarana. 6th Adhikarana. Adhikarana means topic. And now another topic will be coming, which is interesting, and which is called Anandamaya Abhyasat. See the 12th Sutra. This is 12th Sutra. This is called Anandamaya Adhikarana. Anandamaya Adhikarana. This is in page 126. But my time is over, so we will see it tomorrow. Anandamaya Adhikarana. Little only knowledge trickles. Knowledge should be slowly gained. Then only it assimilates. We can't hurry up the process. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari Om.